Look at what we're doing today. Today we are going to be making some new dive weights. So we're going to have a crack at that. We've got these ones here, which are sinker molds, all ready to go. And we've got some big sinker molds. And you'll see that written on them is the word Harveys, because our good mates John and Sandra from Sailing Vessel Spirit of Odyssey very kindly let me borrow their sinker weights and their dive weight mold there, and I'm going to be making up some dive weights. Now what I'm going to be using for that is, for those that don't know, that's what a dive weight is. It goes on your dive belt, helps you get down to the bottom when you're spearfishing. Sinkers, obvious, just tie them onto your line. This here is great big slabs of lead. That is solid lead, 2 of those there. I've got this here, which I found. This is the bottom of a drag net, a bait net, and it's got all those little lead bits on it there. And if we have a look down here, in here is a whole heap of scraps of roofing lead. So I've got heaps and heaps of lead there, and it's all ready to go. And got some clamps, got it all set up, got a pot going. That is molten lead in there, guys. So if you have a look there, that is molten lead. We've got to skim the top off. Now we have a spoon here that we be able to scoop off the all that slaggy, yucky stuff there off the top, and you see the beautiful clear leads underneath it, which we're going to be pouring into the molds. We'll put that into the aluminium trays, get rid of that, and then we can pour it in. We've got a couple of clamps there to put onto the molds to hold them together. Got some safety gear as well, so I'll get some safety gear on and we'll be putting that all together. So let's get in and make some sinkers. Just cut up a little bit of that roofing lead. You can see that the bits and pieces there, and they're just throwing them in, and got that into there. Now I am outside here. I've got the gas burner in underneath. We've got a beautiful little cross breeze blowing here. I'm over at the stables, so we've got an undercover area because we've got a little bit of rain about. You do not want to have anywhere that water in any way, shape or form is going to hit that when it's molten, because it will blow out, and you don't want to end up getting that on you. Safety boots is a must, gloves is a must, any face protection as well. I'm standing back a bit with the camera, but when I'm working with the lead, I have face protection on for my lungs, because you do not want to get lead into your lead. It's quite poisonous, and yeah, can be all ready to go. You see that starting to melt there, and starting to go in there. That's starting to break down, and beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There you go, all the impurities are away now. You can see that lead is nice and clear as we give that a little push through there. You see you get beautiful clear lead. All the impurities are gone, pushed out there on the side. Our molds are ready to go. We've got that one there is the dive weight mold, and that one there is the large sinker mold. So we'll do the small ones in a second. But the lead melts down reasonably quickly, about between 300 and 400 degrees somewhere. I'll flash up on the screen the exact melting temperature because I can't remember, but you can do it just with any propane or fire or anything, so all good. Once you use these pots, you cannot use that pot for anything else. Lead is poisonous to the humans, so you probably don't want that in your system. So that pot there is, I bought that from a second-hand shop. Stainless steel pot, all ready to go. Stainless steel spoon. Once you use those for this, you cannot use them for anything else. Aluminium trays just for the slag and all that, and it's all ready to go. So let's pour some stuff. So we've got some more lead melting in there at the moment, ready to go for another batch. Remember, don't put too much into your pot because lead is heavy. You see here we've got these ready to go. These have been poured for a few minutes, so we get that and flip it over. There we go. And we have one dive weight done there. It's ready to go on a belt and all good to go. We'll go make a couple more. Actually, I might actually remelt that one. That's only probably about not as heavy as the other ones. And I'll get this clamp off. I need 2 hands to do this, and we'll check out those sinkers. So when you're doing this and you make sure you've got your clamps and your stuff all ready to go, make sure you've got a good pair of pliers, thick gloves as well, all good to go. We're taking that clamp off there and get that off there, and you'll see there that I messed up on this one and this one, but they can go back into the pot and melt up. We've got 1, 2, 3 sinkers there, all good to go. And we get that, flip them over, they're ready to go. And we can trim them up once they're clean, and take the tops off, and do all of that. So we'll get another batch in. Like pancakes, the first ones you make are never ever the good ones. So we'll get a couple in and get some good sinkers and some good dive weights out of it. Just change it over to the little sinkers here now and let that cool down for a second and open them up. You see there we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sinkers there. One of the size 2s didn't work out, but it doesn't matter because we just melt it in and we go again. So we've got good size little sinkers there, as well as our big ones down here. So they're the great big fellas. And yeah, another dive weight. So we've got a little pile of dive weights there. All good to go. So plenty of lead still to go. We might just do a few more sinkers and call it for the day. Here we go. We've got another dive weight poured there, all ready to go. Just waiting for it to cool down a bit. Here's the big ones, just poured them and just poured the small ones. So we will see if we can get this to open. There we go. And look at that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sinkers there, and I mispoured that one, so that one's back into the pot again. And we'll have a look at the big ones. Look at that, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, 2 size 4s, 2 size 6s, and 1 size 12 snapper sinker, all ready to go. Plenty of dive weights. If you've got a heap of lead, like we've got those big chunks of lead there, and I'm just going to melt those down and melt them into dive weights, because you can always remelt them if you want to make more sinkers. So a little bit easier to store as dive weights, and really cool to do. I've also got a little mold there which I haven't had a go of yet, to make round sinkers as well. So we might do that another day. I'm just going to get a bit of wire or something to chuck into there. But like I said, outside it's a bit messy over here, but hey, it doesn't really matter as long as we've got plenty of ventilation, plenty of safety gear, and look over there. There we go. We've got some over there, some more melting away. So that's all the slag and stuff. There's still plenty of lead left in there. If you wanted to melt that down and have another go, you probably get a few more sinkers out of it. So just a matter of mucking around and sticking with it. Well, we've used up all the lead in the bucket there. Still got those great big slabs there, and the weights from the net that I haven't melted down yet. That's our little tray of slag, and that there's a little bit of lead left back in there, so we might try to melt down a little bit more. Got a dive weight there in the mold. That one there's full. I had a little tippage while I was doing that one, so we'll have to wait and see what happened in there. And if you have a look here, here's our little haul from our scrap lead We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dive weights there. That one there was already done. That'll be 6 dive weights plus a whole heap of sinkers there. We've got size 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 6 and 12s. They're all snapper lead sinkers, so we've got a good little haul out of that. Still got a heap of lead to go, but we're going to call it for the day, and hope you've enjoyed that. Making our own dive weights, making our own sinkers, bit of fishing gear, and yeah, there you go. That's it, all done. I've actually just turned everything off right now and letting everything cool down. Still got to get, like I said, all that lead still to go. I did remelt our little slag pile and got rid of a heap of that, and actually got another 2 dive weights out of what was in there. That's still really hot. I literally just turned it off. So the end haul, as you can see in here, check this out. So we've got heaps of sinkers in there, all different sizes, all ready to go. Just they're ready to come out of there and dry off. And right here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dive weights, brand new, just out of the molds, all ready to go there. Plus we've got the old one there as well. So yeah, that's how easy it is, guys. If you find yourself or have somewhere you can get some lead weights, if you find old sinkers, all that sort of stuff, keep them every time you find them, and get yourself a couple of molds, because you can make up whatever you want very, very easily with whatever you have at home. The lead that I had in the bucket there was old plumbers or builders lead. That was all from roofing and that sort of stuff. Like I said, you find stuff like this when you're out fishing. That's the bottom of the drag net, and we have got these huge big slabs of lead here, and I've got a whole heap of ingots of lead that I've melted down over the years from finding, so that I can keep doing this sort of stuff. So there you go. Thank you, John, from the Spirit of Odyssey, the boat sailing Spirit of Odyssey. Thank you, John, for letting me use your different molds here, and it means I can get a few different sinkers that I haven't got, and I really, really appreciate it. You're a bloody legend, mate. And I've got a few sinkers for you and a few dive weights. Put it on the boat, ready to go.